So today, what we are learning today, we are learning a backup strategy using data lifecycle manager. How companies, how AWS is helping customers to back up their systems and without interrupting the service, basically. And so, data lifecycle manager is a service, AWS management, AWS service that can allow you to create snapshots for your instances, basically. Okay, and it can create snapshots for you, and you can provision the launch configuration, and we will see how that works in a minute. Okay, let me go ahead and create an EC2 instance, so that I will have some couple of like instances with a couple of EBS volumes. Okay, and let me go ahead and review and launch, or should I? Okay, let me go ahead and configure. Yeah, I'll just review and launch. So I can use, this is the only GPL that I have. That's fine. Okay, create an instance. So you can create your retention policy. That means how long you need those backups. Basically, you will be creating backups, and you can have a retention policy, how long you can keep those backups. Because, hey, Vishnu, I can keep the backups rest of the life, but you would have to pay for it. And most of the, when you do transactions, right, when you go to Chipotle and buy something, or when you go to Macy's and buy something, and they will tell you you can return this item in 3 months. So what that means is they can store the transaction in immediately access data, for example S3 or things like that, for 3 months, so that they can pull your details. And after 3 months, the data will be trashed because they don't want to pay for the storage. Example. That was an example. Is that good? Good example? Okay. Hopefully, yes. So this instance is in ES is to 1C. Let me go ahead and attach one more EBS volume to this instance. In order to attach a EBS volume to an instance, you should have that EBS volumes in the same availability zone. Okay, this is very, very important. In order to attach an EBS volume for your instance, that EBS volume should be in the same availability zone as your EC2 instance. Okay, and I can just go ahead and create EBS volume. Let me go to that EBS volume, and this EBS volume, you see that this is available, it's not attached. So what I can do, I can go ahead and attach that EBS volume to a EC2 instance. You see that automatically that instance will pop up. That's fine. Whatever the kernel is, I don't care. So now this instance has 2 EBS volumes that needs to be backup. Okay. So let's say every day night 9 o'clock, or every night 12 o'clock, 12 before 12, 11:30 p.m. EST, I need to back up the systems. I need to take the data backup, right? For example, so I cannot go there, and I cannot log into AWS every day night 11:30, and I can just create a backups. Backups means I cannot create these snapshots for EBS volumes. I can do that for one system. What else if I have 100 systems, 100 EC2 instance? What else? Each EC2 instance have a 6-7 EBS volumes, so 600-700 EBS volumes, and it will take you, like, it will take a lot of time and a lot of effort. You need 3 to 4 hours to create backups, and next day you will transactions are floating up, and your backup won't be like your backup won't be that efficient and stuff like that. So in order to reduce that human effort and in order to automate your backup creation, there is a service called this that lifecycle manager. And let's go and attach some tag to this instance and let's see what happens. Because how you will be identifying the system, what system belongs to where, like let's say I have a 10 systems for one project and another 50 systems for one project and another 10 systems for one project, and some people they want to have only they want to have backup at 12 noon every day. Some people they want to have backup at 11:30 p.m. every day. Some people they want to take backups every 2 days once. Things like that. How this lifecycle manager will identify that issue, like how it can identify those systems so that it can take a backup. Okay, so it will identify based on the tags. Let me go and just create the app tag or whatever tag. Okay, application tag, that means app tag means application. So men may see something like that. Okay, Macy's shopping for men, something like that. Okay, and create this one. So now let's go to your EBS volumes and try to attach the same tag. In the companies, what happens is when you create your instance, you will have a policy automatically that EBS volume should have the same tags as your instance has. So the instance tags will be copied to your EBS volume as well. So this volume belongs to this instance, this volume belongs to this instance, identification purpose. Okay, app men Macy. Okay, that's good. And let's go here. Create a tag app men Macy, and let's create a lifecycle manager policy. So create a lifecycle manager policy. Go to EC2 dashboard, create a lifecycle manager policy. So you will see two ways. You can either create EBS volume based on the tag, or you can choose instance. So let's go ahead and create EBS volume. Okay, I can just do backup for Macy's men, something like that. Okay, and target with this tag. Okay, what tag you want? App. Okay, tag value Macy, right? This is the key and this is the value. So this is the policy tag, and I can just leave that one. Okay, if you have a specific IAM role that you should use, okay, hey, you need to back up these systems as this user. Okay, if you have a specific role, choose that specific role, but for now default is fine. Okay, this is where I can schedule. Okay, I can just give name Macy men schedule, something like that. Daily, every 12 hours or every 24 hours. I can do every 24 hours. Okay, what time? UTC or blah blah blah. I can do 11:30 p.m. ETC. So UTC, ETC, 4.5 hours, 4 hours difference. So 11:30 p.m. something like that. Okay, retention policy, I can count age. I can do like 15 days. So that what that means is I am creating those backups today, right? After 15 days, it will look for the age of that backups and it will automatically delete those backups, because it's like like this is the retention policy that we provide, and those backups are older than 15 days. So it will identify those tags, identify those resources, and it will clean up them. Okay. You can copy the tags from your source. That means your EBS volume have some tags, right? So these snapshots will be having the same tags. Okay. And you can restore, enable, you can cross them across the region. Like let's say I need those backups in like Ohio region, for example, US East 1 to US East 2. Let's say, for example, Amazon is completely down in US East 1, Northern Virginia. So I need those systems available immediately. What you can do, you can copy those snapshots to different region, Ohio region, and you can create an AMI from those snapshots, and you can build your system. How simple is that? It's pretty straightforward and very simple. That means enable cross account sharing. That means, let's say you have a different accounts, right? For example, development account, testing account, and a production account, and you want to test some systems, and you need backups from testing account. All you can do, you can cross sharing these backups across the accounts, things like that. So we don't need all those. They should have these. So the mandatory things here is, this is copy the tags from source, retention policy, and identify based on the tag, identify the systems based on the tag. Those are the key things basically. So enable policy, create a policy. Okay, so the policy has been created. Okay, so what it will do, it will, the policy enabled, right? It will create a snapshots for those EBS volumes every day, 9 a.m. UTC. That means 5 a.m. ETC. Any questions regarding this data lifecycle manager?
But how this is different than the AMI image or instance like the snap?
So in order to create an instance AMI, right, you should be stopping the instance.
Correct. Okay. Snapshot. So this will take a snapshot of the entire volume.
No, you're not touching instance basically.
So it is taking from the volume, like from the EBS one.
Yes.
So it will create a snapshot, right?
Yes, it will create a snapshot.
But we did create snapshot earlier manually, but this will create automatically. We schedule this one.
Yes, this is automate. Okay. And automation and a retention policy, everything. Let's say you created the snapshots manually, and you'll be tasked to clean up some old snapshots. How do you identify old snapshot?
Okay.
You can add a tags. That's a manual effort. So using this lifecycle policy, you can automate the stuff basically. This is one of the most used service in AWS. A lot of people use this service basically. Because backup strategy is important, basically how you back up your systems and clean up the systems, because saving a lot of money, this automation, and you are not writing any crazy bash or Python script as well, right? Pretty straightforward and simple. Any questions from anybody?
So in the resources, you selected volume, right? Why not instance?